man, look at that. Hit the zero and everything. What's up, everybody? As you can see right now, I am solo, but hopefully you can hear him on the stream.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. I see there's movement on the audio thing, so technically I'm assuming if anybody is watching right now, that they can hear you.
That'd be nice.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
way this won't be like a fever dream
Yeah,
that
it's
you're
it's
having.
it's nice to be heard. It's nice to be heard out there.
Oh man, this goddamn movie. It's
Yeah.
it's so gross, which I love, but it's
Yeah.
also so long, which I don't love for this style of movie.
Yeah, we should probably mention we are well again, if you're watching the stream, you know this by the title. We're watching Terrifier 2 tonight.
Yeah.
This movie did not need to be 2 hours and 20 minutes long, like
It
at
really
all.
did not.
Yeah.
Hour and a half would have been amazing.
Tops. Like a good horror movie should be 90 to no more than like an hour and 45 minutes. Like
Well, it depends on the type of horror. This kind of horror,
yeah, 90 minutes.
absolutely.
Yeah, like
Cut it.
gory,
Cut it right.
visceral horror. Yeah, let's get to the point. Let's get down to it. Let's get right to business.
Yeah.
Because like at a certain point, it's just like too much. Like, all
Yeah.
right, yeah, like I have my fucking limits, and like I definitely hit my limits in this movie.
I for sure was getting bored at about the three-quarter mark of this
Yeah,
movie.
it was hard to not like check my phone, not play some Snap while I was sitting there watching. Like,
Yeah. And I didn't want to because like I love this style of movie, but I had to tap out for a minute. Like it
yeah,
just
I actually ordered a water filter for the my refrigerator. Interesting stuff. That's how into this movie I was.
yeah.
While I was sitting there watching it.
Yep. And it's what's shitty is like there's nothing bad in this movie that I would want to cut out. It's just things that take up time that I would want to cut out because everything is cool and the story is fine, but I just don't need this much of it.
Yeah, like I would definitely shorten up some of the kills, I think. Um
Yeah.
we like I just again, like there's a point, like I get it, all right. Like I'm not opposed to gore, but like, yeah, all right. Like I don't need that much gore all the time.
Yeah. It's like the first movie was, well, I say first movie, but Terrifier
Yeah.
was what, maybe an hour and change?
Yeah.
I
Probably
don't
in
even
that
think that
90
would,
minute zone, I'm gonna say.
I don't think it even hit an hour and a half. I think it was hour 15-ish, maybe.
Hmm.
And that was perfect.
Yeah.
They got in, they killed a bunch of people, they got out. Pretty
Yeah.
much it.
Like I'm trying to think of other stuff to cut out in this. Like I don't know, just some of like even though I think this was like I thought it was a
Character
cool
stuff, I
effect.
think.
What's that?
The character stuff. Like I don't need that much family drama. Which
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna shift the series to be more like that, you have to cut out the gore stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's a trade-off. If you want more drama, you have to get rid of some of the kills. Otherwise, it's just too much of everything.
I was gonna say I would cut some of the scenes where art is like just being cartoonish and not necessarily killing anybody. Like the scene, the one I'm thinking of particularly is like the trick or treat scene where he's holding the mom's head like with the candy in it. Even though
Oh
like
yeah,
yeah, that's kind of like all right. I kind of like the idea of him like using a head as a trick or treat bucket and everybody being like, "Yo, that looks cool." Um, but like yeah, like I don't know, just cut that out. Like I think it makes him a much more effective character if he's not like clowning or well. Oh, I didn't mean to use that pun.
ugh, why?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry. um. Yeah. I like if he's not being so cartoony, like he makes him that much more terrifying. And I was gonna say we should explain Nick is not in the studio tonight. We are,
No.
yeah, we are recording remotely. That's why I'm sitting here with an empty chair.
Yep.
Nick is not feeling well, so we're just playing it
I'm
safe.
under the weather.
Yes.
I spent the last 2 days just like laying on the couch watching TV.
Ah. Yep. The old sick day, like protocol.
Yeah. Last night I watched an absurd amount of Unsolved Mysteries because that's the nostalgia hit that I need sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. You just need Robert Stack scaring the shit out of you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
while you're laying on the couch not feeling well.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was part of your I'm sick routine as a kid.
I always definitely watched movies. Um,
Yeah.
like I always like for some reason like at 2 o'clock if I was like homesick, I'm like 2 o'clock. I'm gonna watch a movie. I don't know why 2 o'clock. Like, but it was
Yeah.
always like 2 o'clock movie. Like, all right. And Price is Right was another sick day. Like, I think it's everybody's sick day. Like routine.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
obviously. Um
Anyway, back to Terrifier 2.
yeah, I
Um,
don't know, man.
and like I
It's
don't.
just like there's a
Yeah, I was
lot.
gonna say I don't want to shit on this movie because like I mean I don't want to shit on it because like it's an independent horror movie. Like it did really well. Like I don't want to take that away.
Yeah.
But I really think that this movie loses a lot, a whole lot, when you don't see it with a crowd. Um,
I
w-
bet I didn't see it in theater,
yeah, see,
but
like I saw it in a theater, and like I walked out being like, "Oh my god, that was great!" Like I loved it. Like people were just really into it. People were like, laughing at things. People were like, revolting at all the same things. So like
yeah.
it adds a much more like immersive experience. And like watching it at home, I think you're just like kind of left to like focus on like the gore and like just the horror of it all, and like it has a different effect, I think, when you're not with a group of people.
See that. I think I would have liked it a little more if I had seen it in that environment,
Yeah,
but I can always just kind of get into a horror movie, like a slasher flick, especially just kind of on my own. It works for me. Um, but this one, like I said, like the balance is just so off
yeah.
with and the length of the movie. Like I might even be upset if I went to a slasher movie at a theater and sat there for 2.5 hours,
It didn't.
whatever
Again
how
in the
long
theater though, it didn't feel like two and a
few
half
hours.
hours.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, I mean, like at one point it dawned on me like this is really going kind of long. And then like when I got out, I remember looking at my clock and I'm like, holy shit, that was like almost 2.5 hours. Like, so it didn't drag on that same way. And it might be because like there was just more like shock to it that first time also.
yeah.
So like this time around I knew it was coming, and like I don't know, like it was more off-putting for me this time than it was the first time I saw it.
I think that you kind of get that way with movies of this caliber because like you're in it for the shock, and the shock goes away
Yeah.
after you've seen it already.
I just noticed Amanda wrote in chat, "The Price is Right cocktail hour." I had done that like back during the pandemic for the first couple months, I'll say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing the Price is Right cocktail hour like every day. Yeah, I'd have a drink when the Price is Right came on.
I can see that being a good time.
Yeah, it was like kind of cool because why I stopped was because like it just became like a thing. Like, oh Christ, I gotta like make sure I have something to drink. I gotta make sure like it's all set. I'm like, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
It was fun when it was like a spontaneous like kind of thing just to do.
Yeah, I mean that's when you get right on the verge of alcoholism though.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. It's 11 a.m. and yeah, I'm working and cracking open a beer.
Yeah. I never really had anything like that. Like and I mean I worked regular job hours during the whole pandemic, so it really didn't get to me like that.
Yeah, yeah,
But, like not being able to go anywhere after work was kind of a bummer.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, after work was going upstairs basically. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm in my office. Now I'm
yeah,
in my kitchen.
exactly. Yeah, that was a hell of a commute. Yeah,
Shit.
back to Terrifier.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, the kid is just kind of annoying.
Yeah, yeah.
I get it. I get it. You know, he's a kid obsessed with like serial killers and shit like that. That's me. You know, I understand that, but he's not necessary. And the girl clown, not necessary.
Yeah, like I have some issues with that. Like they never like for as long as this movie was, like they never really explained like what was going on with her. Like
No, I think they just explained that like she was a kid that he killed or had died or something,
yeah.
and then she's just part of his psychosis now.
Yeah, but like
But
if
at the
she's
same
just
time, she's also kind of doing things for real.
yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like, is she just a figment in his imagination, or is she like part of what's going on? Like, I
Yeah,
really hate that his power set is basically whatever the plot requires.
yeah.
Like,
Well, he's basically Freddy Krueger kind of dynamic. He
yeah,
can
but
do what he can do whatever is necessary,
yeah,
which is dumb.
yeah. Like, like there needs to be some kind of rules, you know?
Yeah, yeah. It's like, where does he come from? Why is he back from the dead? How does he have all these crazy powers?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
you could dive into that a little bit instead of this crazy family dynamic.
I hate this goddamn song too.
Oh,
The
yeah,
Clown Cafe song.
yeah.
Like, this is another one. Like,
This whole thing, yeah, not necessary.
yeah. Like this, I don't know. Like it takes him more into like Freddy Krueger territory. Like, is he like a like a dream like boogeyman, or is he like
Yeah,
a real life boogeyman? Like what? Like give me some kind of groundwork here. You know?
right. And you can do the cool, crazy, cartoony shit, but like, it's got to be grounded in something. This movie's grounded in nothing.
Yeah.
It's just imagination, and I don't get it.
Uh.
Although I gotta say, like the set designs, the effects were amazing. You know, like I really don't want to take anything away from the quality of the product.
Yeah.
It's just there's too much product.
Yeah.
Uh,
Reel it in just a little bit.
yeah,
And like
I
I.
think
Sorry. Go ahead.
quarantine got to these guys because I'm pretty sure they were making this during the quarantine.
Yeah.
So
Actually, I do remember seeing like in the movie effects that pop up, like the trivia that pops up on Amazon. Like they did take time during the pandemic to like like lengthen some of the kills and like put more
yeah,
detail into it.
yep,
And
they
like
got right up their own asses.
yeah, I think that was the ultimate effect of it. Like, and again, like I get that this was like a Kickstarter movie that like this is like crowdfunded, so he's really trying to deliver for the fans, for the people who made the movie happen.
Right.
But I think he did so at the like expense of the quality of the movie. Like if it wasn't 2 hours and 20 minutes long, I think it would be a much better movie.
Yeah, yeah, I have to wholeheartedly agree. It's I don't know, it's just one of those things where because the first set of things with that character in them were so underground popular, they wanted to do something to I don't know, like bring it to the masses.
Yeah,
And they did, and it did fantastic for an independent horror movie. Like it broke a lot of barriers for independent horror. But yeah, it's to the detriment of the actual film. I don't know what they were thinking when they decided to make it this fucking long and all this interstitial bullshit, but
yeah,
that's not what anybody's here for this movie for. You watch the first one and it's like gore, 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 little bit of story just to keep the gore relevant.
yeah. To give you a break and not like overwhelm you.
Yeah, that's what this one needed too. Just like set a standard and stick to it.
Then there's like the heightened like just absurdity of this like clown, and it's still going too. By the way, like
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. It's almost it feels like a Guar music video.
um, what did I like about that? Like, because again, I don't want to shit on this because like I did enjoy the like I enjoyed it asterisk like
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I enjoyed it better than I enjoyed Halloween Ends.
Oh, for sure.
You know,
God,
like,
that was
uh,
bad.
yeah. So it's got a lot more going for it than that.
Yeah, yeah. Uh, what else could be said about this? Like it, I don't know. It is just too much after a while.
I mean,
Um,
it didn't help that I drank a half a bottle of scotch while I was watching this movie.
oh, I know. I was gonna say like 20 minutes ago we were talking about the brother like being annoying. They could
Yeah.
have like toned down the mom too. Like
Oh yeah.
she doesn't have to be like on 10 like angry in every scene. Like let her be like a little like nurturing and like mother like to these kids so like it's more of an impact when she gets killed.
Yep. Yep. No, because like it's like when they're killing people that you don't care about, then you don't care, other than how cool the kill looks.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think like probably good 99% of the effects in this movie are all practical, which is exactly what it needed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll definitely give him credit for that. Like,
Yeah.
excellent job there.
Yeah, whoever was in charge of the effects on this, like, really, really did a great job.
I'm pretty sure Damien Leone himself was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, shit. Well, good on him.
What else? What else is there to say about this? I mean, it's definitely, and when it came out, like it definitely, had a reputation. You're hearing like, oh, people were like passing out in the theater and throwing up in the theater.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I definitely get it. I mean, it is pretty intense, even for like a horror movie.
Yeah. Um, but I mean, there's always been that movie. You know, it was The Exorcist back in the 70s and,
Yeah,
whatever. I'm trying to think of an example of one from the 80s that was like that.
you had your like Cannibal Holocaust and stuff like that.
Yeah. But was anybody seeing those in the theater?
No, not really.
I mean, I assume they would have had to at some point, but that would have been a real limited run.
Well, even like your Nightmare on Elm Street, when that first came out, was pretty intense.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? I think people were getting sick at Hellraiser too.
Yeah, I could see that.
And we're still in the dream sequence. Like this is what we're talking about. Like this whole shit just is not necessary.
Yeah, this is like we started talking about this like 10 minutes ago, maybe, and
Yeah.
it's still going on.
I don't I don't get it. Um
Yeah.
eh, but I guess it's not for me to get.
Yeah, hey, I'm not the one who made the movie that raked in like 10 times its budget, so.
Oh, Jesus Christ, more than that.
Yeah, I think it was actually like significantly more
I
than
think
that.
they made this for like a quarter million.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
And it pulled in like 11.
God damn. Um, yeah, I think yeah, like, I think we can get to the rating. Like, I think we
Yeah.
just really like nothing. I'm like, because it's just, there's really not much to say. It's all like, it's a very gory slasher movie. It's pretty crazy. The,
It's yeah.
yeah,
It's mostly just aesthetics.
yeah. And, again, indie horror, like, if for, it did really well for indie horror. Like, it, really, like, it's pushing the genre forward. Like, it's only been out, like, not even a year, and it's already garnered a huge reputation.
Yeah. And that's really something special because you normally if it's not super huge budget horror, nobody cares.
Yeah.
And this is changing that.
Uh,
Yeah, let's get to ratings.
yeah, like I'm gonna have to give this two ratings because I like if
Yeah.
I give it a straight up rating, it's gonna like shit on it. and like I don't want to do that. So like watching this today, I did not enjoy it as much as I did in the theater.
Hmm.
So I'm saying like if you're watching this, like especially like watching it alone by yourself, um, I can only really like based on my line of rewatchability, like I would always say like anything over a 5 is rewatchable, and like I don't know if I'm throwing this on again. Like
Yeah,
I
the
just
first one I will.
yeah, yeah, but again, like in the theater, I enjoyed it so much more. So like if I rated this after I saw it in the theater, just for the whole experience of it with watching it with a crowd and everybody just being into it, like it's honestly like a 7.5, like 8, because it was a really fun experience. But like watching it at home today, I was just like a lot of it just bummed me out. Like it just really like kind of like it's just like depressing a little bit. So I'm gonna give it like a 5, just because like I don't want to shit on it, but like it's not something I'm gonna rewatch again. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Um, the quality of the film. I mean, all the actors are really good. Uh,
Yeah, I will say that.
special effects are top notch, but all this extra fluff in this movie really kind of bummed me out. I gotta go with like a 6,
Yeah,
and I don't want to. Like, I wanted to rate it higher, but
yeah. No, I get
mm,
that. I absolutely get that because I feel the same way. Like giving it a 5 feels like I'm shitting on it, but like my rule is like a 5 means I can rewatch it. Like above a 5,
yeah,
means I can rewatch it. So I'm giving it like the highest I can possibly give based on that system.
yeah,
But yeah, like I don't know, like it didn't have the same. I don't know. And don't get me wrong, I'll be there to watch it in the theater when the next one comes out.
yeah, for sure. Like, if I was at somebody's house and it was like a Halloween party or something like that, and they put this on, I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Watching it
like,
with people, I think it makes it better. Or like
yeah,
this would be perfect, even though this doesn't happen anymore. Midnight movie, like
yep,
you know.
yeah. God damn. I
But
miss
again,
a midnight movie, but I don't know that I could handle a midnight movie anymore.
yeah, I went to a fucking 10 o'clock movie last night, and I was like nodding off like halfway through it.
Would you go see?
Well, this is also a testament to the quality of the movie. Knock at the Cabin.
Oh, okay. It wasn't
You
that good, huh?
for an M Night Shyamalan movie, it was okay compared to some of his other movies.
Yeah.
There is nothing that's not in the trailer, that's not in the entire like movie. Like it's all there.
Oh, really?
These people go to a cabin. These other people show up, tell them they have to make a choice. They have to make a sacrifice. If they don't, the world's going to end.
Yeah.
And then like you can either do this to stop it, or like you can choose not to. And then they do. They make their decision, and then that's it. And like when I bought my ticket going into it, I saw that it was 90 minutes. I'm like, oh fuck yeah, like cool.
Yeah.
Like yeah, we're getting in, we're getting out. I could have used a little more detail on this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like this is a quote unquote horror movie that does need a longer. Like this could have been 2 hours because like the whole premise is you had Dave Bautista and these three other people, like they're there to like let these people know what's going on. Like the basic premise is that they've been having these visions that's gonna like that's telling them the world is gonna end and like they have to do this. But that's really all that they've had visions and they just know this is gonna happen. Well, like tell me why. Like why do they know that? Why is this happening? Like what is the reason for this? Is this something that like is it like a cabin in the woods type of thing where like this has to happen every so often, like to make the world continue on or something? Like there's no depth to it at all. Like everything in the movie is in the trailer. It's what they tell you the story in the trailer is what the story of the movie is, and like it's just I don't know. I could have used a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look overly exciting for me. Uh, but I'm not really an M Night Shyamalan kind of guy.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I have Regal Pass, so like it doesn't cost me
Oh
anything
yeah,
to go see it. Like I'm gonna go.
yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I'm getting my money's worth out of that pass, basically.
Um, well, are you ready to move on to IMDb trivia?
Yeah, let's do some trivia.
All right. Um, obviously because it's a pretty new movie, there's not a ton of trivia to be had. So
Yeah,
keep
the
it
better
short,
known as is going to be pretty light too, actually.
pretty short and sweet.
Yeah.
All right. So David Howard Thornton, who plays the silent Art the Clown, did in fact have a speaking role. He did the voiceover for the Art Krispies commercial during the dream sequence.
Oh, okay. Which
Uh,
we just saw a couple minutes ago.
yeah, and it lasted more than a couple minutes.
Yeah.
The scenes shot in the Terrifier haunted house were filmed in a real haunted house called the Fright Factory in Philadelphia. They didn't need to build any sets for those scenes. They just used what was already available from the haunted house.
That actually looked pretty
Woo.
cool. Like
Yeah,
that's a
I'm a
yeah.
I'm a fan of a haunted house.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I haven't gone to one in a really long time, but
Yeah, I couldn't tell you the last time I went to one. I went on a haunted hayride in like the late 90s and that might have been it.
double M baby.
Yeah. This one was in New Jersey.
I did. You know what? Just because of what's going on the movie right now, I did love some of the cameos that were in here.
Yes. Yeah, yeah, there's
Like
some horror cameos.
the principal here is Felissa Rose from
Sleepaway
uh
Camp.
Sleepaway Camp. Yeah. So I don't know if that bites on your segment there, but I liked it.
Yeah. She was that's just how like thin like the better known as segment. She's like one of the pillars of the segment.
Oof.
And it's really all she's known for.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, she's been in a bunch of like B-rate movies, like super B-rate.
Yeah. A lot.
Yeah. Um, while it was originally only going to get a limited theatrical release for one weekend, the movie grew into a massive success. It broke the top 10 at box office on multiple weekends. Its theatrical run lasted well past Halloween and domestically grossed over 10 million on a $250,000 budget, which
Damn.
is fucking insane.
That is pretty insane for 250 grand. Like this is a pretty like
This
good
doesn't look like
quality
200
movie.
grand. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if that number is played down.
Like
'Cause I would think the effects would cost more than that.
yeah, like it's almost got to be. Like I don't believe that this was only $250,000.
Yeah. Maybe that's all they raised in the Kickstarter or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. There's no way this only ran on Kickstarter money.
This is another segment that could have been just cut out, like the whole thing in the hallway with the
Awesome. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Pretty gnarly. If Art's face makeup is similar to Marcel Marceau, who was a legendary mime who survived the Nazi occupation and saved many children in World War II. He was regarded for his peerless style of pantomime, moving audiences without a single word, and was known as the master of silence. Which I knew the makeup looked familiar,
Yeah.
and then I looked at pictures of Marcel Marceau, and I was like, yeah, that's the one.
I just that joke in Beetlejuice always gets me. He built the talking Marcel Marceau statue. It was a huge success.
Although released in the year 2022, Terrifier 2 takes place in 2018. The events in Terrifier 1 took place in 2017. Terrifier 2 takes place 1 year after, though. So that's a little basic math for you kids out there.
All right.
Yeah. Listen, I told you it was thin. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at IMDb.
Yeah. Come on, fucking horror fans. Do your job and submit some facts.
Do your goddamn due diligence.
Do your job for us.
Yeah, do my job. The movie was reportedly so violent and gory that people had been vomiting and fainting inside the movie theaters. Some instances even had the ambulances called. And that's how you know somebody is weak.
I feel like that's a little like that's probably bullshit. I mean, like that's probably like a staged thing that they had happen to like just fluff up like the kind of
Oh
word of
yeah,
mouth.
like what was the movie that they used to call ambulances to park outside the theater as like a
Wasn't The Exorcist, was it?
I don't think it was because I don't think that was part of its marketing.
Yeah.
But part of the marketing for some movie was they would park ambulances outside and wait for people to. Might have been Amityville Horror.
Yeah, I think you might be right.
I think it was. Um, this was released in theaters without an MPAA rating,
No shit.
and I imagine that this is like NC-17.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Um, when Brooke's boyfriend Jeff first appears in the Halloween party, he is
Oh,
wearing a
sorry, hold
what?
on. Like the scene where the three girls are talking in the at school, and then like she turns to the two people who are staring at them. I can almost guarantee you those two people were like top level donors to the Kickstarter or something.
Oh, probably,
Yeah,
yeah.
like you just donate a certain amount and you get like you get a role
You
in the
get a
movie.
cameo. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but like that I would have
No, that's
forgot
fine.
that.
Um, yeah, I bet you're right. Um, so when Brooke's boyfriend Jeff first appears at the Halloween party, he arrives wearing a ghost costume made of a white bedsheet with a pair of glasses, a direct reference to the horror movie Halloween.
Halloween, yeah,
Yep. And during the Halloween party scene toward the end, one of the partygoers is wearing a Movies uniform from the Clerks series.
yeah. I didn't even notice that.
I would have figured a keen-eyed View Askewniverse watcher like yourself would have
Yeah,
got
well,
that.
at that point, I was like a little zoned out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Donner is
Uh
definitely making himself known in the background.
yeah. Leone, is it Leone like Sergio or Leone?
Leon,
Leone, okay. The director Damien Leone
yeah.
stated that the most complex kill scene to shoot was the alley kill scene in the bedroom. In the ending scene where Allie's mother is discovered art mutilating Allie's body, Leone built life-size animatronic dummy of Allie. The whole room was a built set, while operators used rods under the bed behind the walls to move the dummy. And he used rubber gloves with tubing in her chest to make it appear she was breathing.
Oof. Yeah, that was the scene for me. That's like, all right, this is too much.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was the one that was just like, yeah, like where like her mom's just staring at her like dead. Well, not dead at that point. Like,
Yeah.
like she's barely alive. Like I just, oh, okay,
Yeah. It's a lot. It's
yeah.
definitely all right. And then our last fact here, in one of the newspaper articles about Art the Clown, a report published by Wes Torrance. This could be a nod toward both Wes Craven, director of Nightmare on Elm Street, and the first four Scream films, along with many other horror classics, and Jack Torrance, a fictional character in The Shining,
Yeah, yeah.
which I would assume it would be because those are very
Distinct.
substantial names.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like names.
All right, that's it for IMDb trivia. That's all I
All
got.
right. We have 18 minutes to get to the hour on this one. This is going to be rough.
Yeah, we'll do it. It'll be fine.
We will move on to the better known as segment of the show as soon as I can remember where I have hidden my facts. Here we go. We will start off, of course, with the director, Damien Leone. He is, of course, most known for making these Terrifier movies. This is the third time, I think, Art the Clown has been in a movie. Obviously Terrifier 1. And before that, All Hallows Eve in 2013. Looks like he also did a short in 2011 of the Terrifier. But aside from that, he directed a short in 2008 called The Ninth Circle. He also directed a movie in 2015 called Frankenstein vs. the Mummy.
Oh, Oh boy.
And I think he's already said like he's going to make a third one of this. I mean, like it's a sure thing. I mean, like he'll probably get like
How well this did? Yeah.
Yeah, I bet like that could be. Well, it depends how he makes it. Like it could be good and it could be a curse. The popularity of this, because like if he gets studio funding, it's not going to be the same movie that he's made before. Like they're definitely going to
Yeah.
have to tone it
Have
down.
studio input.
Yeah. So like, but I mean, there's no reason for him to accept studio funding. Like he's already proven I can just make this on my own through like crowdfunding and stuff.
Yeah.
So like, might as well do that again. Screw it.
Yep. Yeah. He would just have to work on the distribution stuff and get it
Yeah.
more places.
We'll move on to the star, Lauren Lavera. She played Sierra in this.
Mhm.
Really,
She was
like,
a button.
yeah, definitely. Um, like with a lot of the people in this movie, like she's not really in a lot of stuff. A lot of the people in this movie are pretty much unknowns. Um,
Yeah.
I'm sure like she'll be in a lot more stuff, just from the popularity of this. She's got 4 things upcoming. Um, nothing really like big, name stuff. She
Yeah.
was in an episode of God damn it, View More. She was in an episode of Iron Fist, the Marvel TV show, the notoriously terrible Marvel TV show, Iron Fist. That
Yeah, it
was
didn't get held in high regard by anybody.
yeah. Well, when you're fucking you're the star of your kung fu show doesn't bother to learn fucking like animation. Jesus Christ, martial arts.
Yeah.
The quality's gonna like suffer a little bit. Aside from that, she was in an episode of MacGyver in 2020. Really, not much. I mean, she's been in a decent amount of stuff, but nothing really of big note. It
Yeah.
looks like they did maybe like a Terrifier episode of a horror podcast in 2020, the South Jersey Horror Podcast, because she plays Sienna on that, and then some of the other people play like characters from it on that also.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
I
So I
wonder
wonder
if
if
they did
it's
like a
like a prequel to this maybe or something.
yeah.
Let's see. Next up, we have Jenna Cannell. She played Tara Hayes. Um, I honestly don't even remember who she is in this movie. She is in the movie upcoming Renfield, the one with Nicholas Hoult and Nicolas Cage. Which, like,
Oh,
yeah, I don't know. I realize everybody loves Nicolas Cage. Like, oh, he's wacky, he's crazy, and like,
but they love him in a meme format.
yeah, and like this is like a meme movie. Like it's a movie where like Nicolas Cage is going to be real Nicolas Cagey while he plays Dracula. Like he's going to
Yeah.
chew up the scenery. Like, all right, like I don't know. Like I don't have like the I just don't have like the love of Nicolas Cage that I think a lot of like the internet does. I don't know.
I love Nicolas Cage before he became whatever the fuck he is now.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like he is in some great movies. Like he
Yeah.
just was in. We've talked about this a couple episodes ago. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent is
Yeah.
goddamn amazing. Like I loved that movie.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, like he's just kind of like a living meme at this point.
Yeah. Like the hell was the last thing I really saw him in was oh, what the fuck was it? Ghosts of
Oh yeah.
oh, what the hell was it? It's just like the weird post-apocalyptic one where it was basically like fucking Asian themed Escape from New York.
Yeah.
It was not good.
Ugh. Let's see. She was also in 2 episodes of the Young Rock TV show. She was in an episode of WandaVision. That was 2021.
Is this the one that played her best friend there?
No, she's Tara Hayes. I think she is somebody from the first movie. I think she plays the same character in
Oh,
the first movie, so she's in like one of those
okay.
like flashback like sequences.
She's the
Like,
one. She's the one that survived the last movie.
no, that was Vicky. So I think she's her
Oh,
sister
was
or
it?
something. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Um, is that
Yeah, I really did not pay attention to people's names in this movie.
Yeah, yeah. No, I did not either. And that's really it for the items of note. Moving on, David Howard Thornton plays Art the Clown and is probably best known for that role. He's been in a few things here and there. As far as upcoming stuff, this is certainly a movie that people are making. Night of the Living Dead 2. That's
No,
currently in pre-production. Yeah, I don't need that. I can almost guarantee you that's going to be like one of those like not even going to be in theaters, like low budget, like just ripping off the name, like productions, which is disheartening.
Night of the Living Dead Part 2.
Just Night of the Living Dead 2. Yeah,
Yeah, they did that already. It's called Dawn of the Dead.
yeah, yeah. I'm looking at the info on this.
Ugh.
Directed by Marcus Slabine.
That's the thing I don't really understand because they've done sequels to those movies already. Like there's a Day of the Dead 2. Like
Yeah.
why? Why?
None of these people I've ever heard of, except for David Howard Thornton.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, that's not going to be of any quality at all.
No.
Um,
No.
Aside from his appearances as Art the Clown, he was in an episode of Gotham. This is interesting. This was a live action. I thought this was like a fan film or something. Okay, anyway. Apparently there was a Nightwing TV series. He was in 6 episodes of it as the Joker. Nightwing
Yeah.
Escalation from 2016 to 2017.
I want to say I vaguely remember hearing something like that,
Yeah, that's
but
got to
then I
be.
pretty much just shut it out of my mind.
Yeah, I like. Okay. And ironically, he is best known as Art the Clown, where he does not speak. His first 3 roles were in voiceovers. 2 video games and looks like 1 anime he did English voices on.
No shit.
Again, nothing of note. Kaylee Hyman, who was what was her name? Brooke. One of what's her name's friends. I don't remember any of the names
Yeah.
of these people. Sierra.
Yeah. Sierra.
One of her friends. She is currently in that movie A Man Called Otto with Tom Hanks right now. And that's really it for her.
Oh damn.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a light week in the better known as part of the show.
Yeah.
Because we're already up to Felissa Rose. Yeah. Best known, of course, for Sleepaway Camp. She does like dozens and dozens of like comic shows and stuff like that every year. I'm pretty sure I've done a show with her at one point.
Yeah.
Um,
No, she does. She does like features, like In Search of Darkness. She was heavily in that.
okay.
She's a regular on the Joe Bob stuff,
Yeah.
uh, but like just as Felissa Rose, like she's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is definitely like her bread and butter is in low budget horror. She has
Yeah.
35 movies currently upcoming, and not
What?
a damn one of them is anything you've ever heard of. But they're all like low budget horror.
Hey, she's getting a paycheck, so.
Yeah, no, fuck it. Hey, we all got to fucking, get paid somehow.
Okay, so I got to tell you that they're in the bedroom scene where they're going through their dad's sketchbook,
Yeah.
and the annoying little brother has the best taste in music. 'Cause there's like a King Diamond poster. There's a Marilyn Manson poster. I think I saw a Carnifex poster. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. Although Marilyn Manson's been up to some fucked up shit apparently.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look at him.
Yeah.
Uh,
You don't
just
say.
really like you're telling me it wasn't just a stage act in the 90s?
Yeah. Um. Felissa Rose has a shitload of credits. Okay, time out. She's
Yeah.
done 9 episodes of Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs. Her credit is Mangled Dick Expert.
Yeah. Yep. I do remember that now. Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty fucking funny.
Joe Bob is the best.
Remind me when we are not recording and streaming to tell you about the next panel that I'll be doing.
Okay.
Yeah, remind me.
Will do. I probably won't, but I'll try.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to remember either. So I'll remember at some point.
Yeah.
While we're also on a tangent, did you see that picture that I texted you before we started recording?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Was that like an original? Or
Um,
because if it's just a print, there's no way that's
no, it's a
supposed to be.
print, and it is that much. It's
That's stupid.
this fucking artist, like he's like pretty well fucking known. He has done like some Godzilla stuff, like it's all that cool, like kind of like '60s like style.
Yeah.
And yeah, I texted Nick a picture that I saw that he's putting out, and they're even like making it like it says in the Facebook post like call for pricing, which means it's
Ugh.
super fucking expensive.
Yep.
But he did this like this print of the fucking Ramones like on stage, and it looks amazing. And I
And
guarantee
if
you,
you,
it's no less than $700.
ugh,
That's how much the Godzilla ones he did were.
so dumb.
Yeah,
And
for a
if
copy
you
of a
know myself and Chris, you know we love the Ramones.
yeah, for a copy of a digital file, like it shouldn't like is the paper made of gold? Like why
Yeah.
does it cost that much?
Yeah. Just okay, it's limited. Well, make more of them, sell them for cheaper, make more money.
Yeah, and they all sell out too. That's the thing. Like they're all
Well,
in. Yeah, it's frustrating. Really want that fucking print.
yeah.
I'm still scrolling through Felissa Rose's credits. I'm just gonna stop because like they're all low budget horror movies that, aside from Sleepaway Camp, that you've never heard of. Again, not to
Yeah,
work shame.
she wasn't even in the second one or the third one.
I don't think so. Not to
No.
work shame or anything, but yeah, like nobody's like unless you're like super like deep into Felissa Rose, like yeah. Anyway, moving on. Griffin Santo Pietro. He played one of the annoying kid's friends. The only reason I have him on here is he is currently on Cobra Kai. He plays Daniel LaRusso's son on that show. Really, aside from that, he was on an episode of Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. And that's it.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean, he was on other things, but nothing really of note.
yeah, it's so much.
Moving on, Amelie McLean. She played the little clown girl. The only reason I really have her here, she was on 17 episodes. Well, so it looks like 17 and counting of General Hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah. She was also, South Jersey Horror Podcast. She played the little pale girl again. So same character.
So weird.
Or maybe it was just them on there. Like, no, then they wouldn't be credited as that character.
It would say like self.
Yeah. Huh. That's weird. Chris.
I don't know, maybe they,
Sorry, go ahead.
yeah. I was gonna say maybe they're doing a script read, but she doesn't have any lines, so
Yeah. Chris Jericho shows up in the post credits of this movie.
does.
Yeah, he is most known for being Chris Jericho, the wrestler of WWE and currently of AEW fame.
I remember when he was in ECW.
Yeah, he's made like all the all the like the wrestling like circuits at this point.
Well, yeah, because he started getting big in Japan, and then he went to ECW, and then he was in WCW, and then he was in WWE. Now he's in
Yeah.
AEW.
He has been in movies here and there. He's in one of the Sharknadoes. He's been in a couple of Kevin Smith movies. Um, he, has his own rock band, Fozzy.
Yep,
Um, but all of his credits
I
are.
like them. I like them better when they were a cover band.
We don't want
It's
to hear
fun.
your originals.
He's
Yeah.
a really good singer too.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Eh,
actually Fozzie's actually a pretty good fucking band.
good for him,
He got
man.
good musicians to be in that.
But yeah.
Like the guitar player's the dude from Stuck Mojo.
Okay. Yeah. A lot of wrestling stuff. WCW he was in also. So like he's made the rounds. And lastly, Tamara Glynn. She played shopping mother in this movie. Um, she has 14 projects upcoming. Looks like all low budget horror.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like one of the sequels to that Ouija movie. Ouija
Ouija,
Ouija. Ouija.
would you?
The Luigi board.
The Waluigi board.
Yeah. This also has to be a low budget horror movie, cashing in on the name thing. Um, she's in a movie called Friday the 13th Vengeance, Part 2.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah, yeah. I just saw Thor commented, speaking of Cage, please review Willy's Wonderland. I did watch that. When it first, that was another pandemic movie.
I didn't watch that, but I've been on the cusp of watching it a couple of times.
Yeah.
I think he did that movie literally just as a paycheck.
Uh,
Like there were stipulations that he didn't want to have as many lines as were in the script and shit like that.
yeah, he has no. Yeah, I think he doesn't speak until the very end.
Yeah.
And again, I will say to Thor, yeah, check out Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. It is him and Pedro Pascal are amazing in that movie. Let's see. Aside from that, she was in Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. She was in an episode of Miami Vice. She was in an episode of Freddy's Nightmares. This is 1989. Big 1989 for her. Miami
Yeah.
Vice, Knots Landing, Halloween 5, Freddy's Nightmares, following up Growing Pains, 1988.
Oh damn.
And that
Fucking
will do it.
Freddy's Nightmares.
Yeah,
Freddy's Nightmares is so bad.
such a fucking letdown. Yeah, that'll do it. We're right at the 1 hour mark. We're hitting. We just
Well,
wrapped
I
up.
mean, we
the
got a
30
little.
minute-
There's some to chop off at the beginning of this, but
Yeah, yeah,
we'll hit an hour at least.
yeah,
All right, so I'm
uh,
gonna give you the rundown of the things that I watched
all right. Oh
while I
yeah.
was laid up,
While you're sick the
laid
past
the
couple
fuck
of
out.
days.
Yeah. So yeah, like I told you, I watched a ton of unsolved mysteries.
Yeah.
I watched oh boy, I just finished the Cincinnati Kid
All
before
right.
we were recording here.
This is
I
the
don't know if you've
second
seen that.
reference to the Cincinnati Kid I've heard in the past 24 hours.
Oh really?
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. For anybody not in the know, it's a Steve McQueen poker movie.
Yeah.
Basically The Hustler, but not as good.
I was watching this new show on the Cock, Poker Face, actually, with Natasha Lyonne. Uh,
Yeah,
highly recommend it. Really good.
I have heard good things about that.
Yeah, like she plays like this person. She can like tell when people are lying. Like she just has like an automatic like natural ability to tell.
Yep.
So like she like her backstory is like she used to use it like playing poker. She got into trouble doing that, and then like she started working for like this casino guy who like figured out like what her like gimmick was.
Yeah.
Gets into trouble there, and she has to go on the run. And the whole series is like her like just traveling around from place to place, like using this ability to like solve like murders and like detective stories and stuff. It's a really good show.
All right. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to give it a shot.
On the
Another
Cock.
On the cock. Another thing I watched today was Dead Ringers, which I hadn't seen before, but that was really.
Dead Ringers. What's that one?
It's David Cronenberg movie, and
Oh
it's
yes, yeah, 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 yeah.
Jeremy Irons plays a set of twin gynecologists
Yes.
who
Yep.
like slowly go crazy. Um, yeah, it's good, but it's kind of dry up until the last like act of the movie.
Oh really?
Yeah, like, I didn't dislike it or anything. It just I would have a hard time watching it again, I think.
Mm.
Um, I watched a documentary on a guy who collected Pez dispensers and like,
How hard up for entertainment were you, man?
dude, I will just watch shit like that. I have like a compulsion to watch documentaries.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
doesn't really what they're about. But it was actually kind of interesting because it was during like the '90s Pez dispenser collector boom.
yeah.
This guy would go to Europe, get thousands of Pez dispensers that don't get imported to America, bring them over and sell them at like, conventions and shows and shit like that.
Oh yeah, they go for big money.
Yeah. Um and it was basically kind of like his war with Pez USA. Because at at some point um he decided because the European distributors of Pez stopped letting him buy from them because Pez USA was like up in arms about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, there was a way for him to design and make his own Pez dispensers. You could order them from the factory, legit. He would have them sent to like Taiwan or something to get packaged, and then exported from there to him.
All right.
And it was all these like different color variations and different acrylics, like what have you. And he started selling a shitload of those, but then Pez caught on to what he was doing,
Yeah.
and they copied those designs like identically. So because he's got to pay,
Way to
like
pirate the
$5.
pirate.
Yeah, so he's got to pay like $5 a piece to have each one made and sell them for 20 because they're rare and his own designs. Pez is selling them for $1.99 and just like cutting him right down.
Wow.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was really interesting. If you're into stupid documentaries and shit like that,
Yeah.
it's just kind of my thing.
Um,
Uh, yeah, this Allie's mom murder scene is going on like real long.
yeah, I actually don't have the movie up. Like, I don't need to see that again.
You done with it?
Yeah, like yeah, it bummed me out today watching it. It really did. Like,
Yeah,
it's just not the same experience. Like when you're not in a theater full of people.
right.
What else? What have I watched? Like, I haven't feel like I haven't watched anything really horror lately. Um, yeah, no.
Um,
We started watching The Watcher on Netflix, which is like more of a thriller, I would say.
yeah,
It's about these people who move into like this like historic house, and like once they like they move in, like all the neighbors are kind of weird and crazy, and then like they start getting like these weird like letters, like somebody like saying like somebody's watching them, and like just like being very specific about like things that they're doing in the house. So like he's clearly like watching them somehow, and it's
yeah.
just I don't know. Amanda
Is
and I
that
like
based on a true story?
yeah, it is. It
Because
is.
okay, I've heard of that story before.
Yeah, it happened like Connecticut.
Yeah,
It's like we're just like Amanda and I are watching it, and it's just like we're just at this point like we have to finish it just because we've watched like most of it already. Like let's just get through this.
yep.
Yeah. So not exactly a ringing endorsement.
Mm. I'm watching it because I feel obligated. Oh,
Yeah.
good.
I bought in, god damn it, and now I have to finish it.
I I almost started watching Ozark today because I know it's supposed to be like really really good.
Yeah, that was pretty decent. It's I
Um,
mean it's knockoff Breaking Bad.
is it?
But it's I mean it's a pretty good knockoff.
Is it done? I know it's got like 4 seasons out.
Yes, yeah, it's over with. It just finished up a couple months ago.
Okay. Yeah, I still might watch that because I mean I liked Breaking Bad, but I think I binged it too hard and I tapped out at like season 5.
See, that's one like I'll every now and again they'll do like a marathon on AMC, and like I'll just tune back in and watch a couple of episodes. So, like I haven't watched it like sequentially like since I first saw it.
Yeah,
So like it is kind of nice to just check back in, like oh I remember this part, and like watch a couple
I don't know.
episodes and then just move on.
I don't know, man. Walter White is just insufferable. I hate him.
Yeah, like I did not see until like hindsight.
Yeah,
Like once it was yeah like he is a real piece of shit.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh boy. What else? Did I watch anything yesterday? I don't think I did. Just shitloads of unsolved mysteries.
yeah, I mentioned Knock at the Cabin. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
It was just okay. Like I said, I could have used more detail. Like it's just meh. I watched that movie Fall a couple nights ago.
All.
Yeah, that was
So
actually pretty good. I wish I'd seen it in the theater. Um, it is like about these two girls. Well, like the movie starts out, it's like this girl and like her boyfriend and like their friend. They're like on this mountain climbing trip, and like something happens, and like he ends up dying. The boyfriend ends up dying. So like the girl's like traumatized, and like it's like a year later, and like her friends like trying to like kind of get her out of it. So they decide to climb like this old like TV tower that's like 2,000 feet tall.
Oh
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, and like I wish I saw it like an IMAX because like I was getting like anxious, and like there's a couple of scenes where like people are like hanging off of stuff and like with like no ropes
Just
or anything like
butthole puckered.
yeah like like I can imagine like seeing that like on a big IMAX screen like really
Yeah.
like would have had an impact, but it was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I think that's kind of it for the shit I've watched.
Yeah, like there's like I feel like there's like
Which I mean was a lot, but
I feel like we're in like an entertainment drought right now. There's like nothing out. Like I don't know. There's just very few things like worth tuning into at this moment.
yeah, it's. I'm going back for stuff that I missed before. Is really the thing.
I did want to go see Infinity Pool. Like it's mostly out of theaters already.
Yeah.
But I think maybe tomorrow I'll try to catch it. It's at Crossgates.
Ooh. I'm gonna not go anywhere tomorrow. That's my plan. Um.
It's a good plan. It's a good
Yeah.
plan.
I don't know what the weather's supposed to be like tomorrow, but it has been nasty past
I
couple of days.
yeah, I went like I said, I went to the see Knock at the Cabin at 10 o'clock last night. So I got out like just before midnight, and it
Oh,
was
how was that car ride home?
terrible. It was goddamn terrible. Like I
Yeah.
was uncontrollably shivering for like 3/4 of the ride.
Yeah.
Then like just before I got home, the car like finally warmed up. It was negative
Yeah.
10.
Yeah. Fucking nasty.
Yeah, and it felt every bit negative 10.
Ugh. Nope. I did not go anywhere yesterday. Did not go anywhere today. Hopefully not going anywhere tomorrow.
I went and got
Probably gonna go to work on Monday.
some Memphis King barbecue for lunch today, which was fucking good.
Memphis King?
Yeah, down in
Where's that?
Schenectady.
Oh yeah? That's
Got
not
some
Memphis.
got some brisket with some white barbecue sauce. Fuck yeah, it was
What
good.
the fuck is in white barbecue sauce?
It is it's like a very like sweet um I don't even know how to like describe it. It's like kind of sweet, like kind of garlicky, like sauce. It's really good. I've only seen it like a few places. I want to say it's from like Alabama.
Weird.
Yeah,
Yeah, roll tide.
yeah.
Leave it to Bama to take something
Yeah,
that's
the fucking
traditionally brown.
home of the Crimson Tide makes the fucking white, barbecue sauce.
Oh well, whatever. Um, I got nothing, man. I got nothing.
Yeah, we're stretching at this point. Like I think we've cleared the hour, so like I think we're good.
Yeah.
This,
I I hate leaving anything unresolved. So it's like I want to establish that I did not hate this movie.
Yeah.
I was just I was just disappointed in it. You know, like
Yeah, like I just
how your dad talks to you sometimes, you know?
yeah. I don't know, I wasn't like in the headspace for this, I think, like right now. Like it was just way too much of a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
All right.
Um
So I think it's socials time.
yes. And I will say
Okay.
hopefully next week we will have Nick back in the studio. I will
It'll
not
be
just have a
nice.
space heater across from me,
Yeah.
which I feel like is doing nothing. There are
Yeah,
two.
I bet it's cold in there.
It is. It's not as cold as it was when I first came out here earlier.
Yeah.
I can exist like outside of a blanket. Although I have a Godzilla blanket across my legs right now.
Of course you do.
Yeah, but I have both heaters going, and like yeah, I have both heaters going. I have a hoodie on with a sweater under that, and then under that I have like a t-shirt and then like a thermal layer under that, and I'm still cold.
All right. Well, with that, uh our website is www.bigdumbmonsterspodcast.com or www.bigdumbmonsters.com. If you want to email us anything, suggestions for the show, beer suggestions, movie suggestions, which I have an idea. I think we're gonna make a suggestion board for Saratoga Comic Con.
Ah, all right, that's a good idea.
Sweet. Um, yeah, just anything you wanna shoot us
Well,
an email about it.
I have like 10 people are going to suggest we go fuck ourselves. I think is what that suggestion board is going to be.
Yeah, probably. We'll
Yeah.
hang that up too. Um, bigdumbmonsters@gmail.com. And if you are on Facebook, you can hit us on Facebook. It's Big Dumb Monsters Pod. And we are on Slasher, the all horror social media network, which I think is about to start beta testing a website version instead of just a mobile app.
That would be nice.
Uh,
I'd actually like to check out that page.
yeah. So I'll let you know when that's going on. But we are Big Dumb Monsters podcast on Slasher. We have a Steam account, Big Dumb Monsters. If you want to hit us up on there, we'll maybe play some games. We got that sweet new computer at the studio, so
Hell yeah, that is why you are viewing this stream because
yeah,
we are actually now techno capable of doing so.
yep. Maybe we'll do a thing there. Um, and yeah, and we're on Twitch,
Oh yeah, this
www.twitch.tv/.
is my part of the socials, isn't it?
Big Dumb Monsters podcast? No, Big Dumb Monsters. One of the two.
Yeah, if you're watching the
Tell
stream,
me.
you're already on there. Just go,
Yeah.
yeah, just Google, not Google, just search Big Dumb Monsters on Twitch. We're there. We're in the talk shows and I forget what else category.
It's talk shows and podcasts.
That's the one.
Yep.
You can also check us out on Instagram at big_dumb_monsters. Be sure to check out our T Public store. Grab a T-shirt with some. I think we're up to like 10 or 11, maybe 12 designs. Like we
Damn.
got some stuff on there, yeah. So check it out. You can always check out the show, and actually, you can now watch these stream videos as well as the slideshow version of the show on our YouTube channel. We are the Big Dumb Monsters channel. We're just at Big Dumb Monsters on YouTube.
Groovy.
All right, so this is
We
our.
gotta, we
What's
gotta
that?
stop getting things because that's so many.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff to rattle off. But yeah, stream number 2 is in the books. Thank you, new computer. Everything is working up to speed so far.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we'll have some streaming guests. I see Thor was checking us out. Thor, we're gonna have you and Alex on soon. I promise. Now that we actually have the stuff to do so. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the show, folks. Check us out. And I will not be sitting here alone next week, thankfully.
Yeah, nope. I'll be there. I
Yes.
think. I'm pretty sure. Almost positive. But anyway, like we tell you every week, don't let ghoulies eat your ass.
And do not sleep in a deathbed.
Bye bye.